So this evening, after I got a couple other chores done, I worked on it in here in the chickens' greenhouse, and they did have, this is their feed buckets, and then a bunch of other stuff we have for them to stand on and fly around and whatnot. Just something to play with. I had a big ring here about 4 feet round and 2 feet tall, and I had a bunch of compost in this area that was as broke up as fine as what they'll break it up. So what I did was I uncovered what pile I had, which was to here. That's 2 feet tall from here down to the ground, and I added another 2 feet to it, plus that, and I got that. So I have roughly a 4-foot circle, 4.5-foot circle with compost packed 5 feet tall. There's a bunch on the ground that's spilled around, and then the tarp. I don't think I'm gonna put the tarp back on because it's fairly dry and dusty, and they're calling for some rain tomorrow. So I think I'm gonna let the tarp off of it for now and see if we get some rain on it to get it wet before I put the tarp back on. I want it to start heating up, and if it doesn't heat up, what I'll end up doing is I will make compost with using this as one of the ingredients. I have a bunch of compost that I just cleaned their coop out with over here on the other side. As you can see, that's a mountain. Well, it ain't really a mountain now. It was the other night. They scattered it out. I need to clean it back up. But this stuff here needs to be decomposed as well. Plus I got a bunch of stuff inside their greenhouse. That one rooster's kind of skittish. That big white fuzzy one right there is kind of skittish. So I have a bunch of organic matter, whatnot in here that's been in their coop. Of course, all this stuff starts in their coop. But anyways, right now what I'm gonna do is work on piling this up, make a big pile of it inside here, so I can start working it back through. To the other end, because now it's all piled up here in the front. It needs to work its way back through the system to go outside the back door, which is kind of backwards because I need it to go from where it is now. It needs to go all the way over that way. So I'm working backwards to where the end of it needs to go, but the way my chicken yard is laid out, that's just the way it is. It's not necessarily laid out backwards, it's just laid out goofy. But it'll all work. Just a couple more steps with the wheelbarrow, no big deal. No exercise never hurt nobody, especially a fat boy like myself.